Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
Oh, it's Markiplier.
Oh, it's Markiplier.
Top of the morning to you, Jacksepticeye.
Good morning, guys.
All right, hi everyone. This is the Due Process Scuffed Cast, aka the Due Process Podcast. We decided to get some very special guests, and that's Zombie Bacon, which is back. He's not even a guest; he's a host.
No, I'm a special guest now. I've been demoted. No one fucking told me.
Yeah, Zombie is back, and then we have.
Is it because of my camera quality? I feel like that's just like, I feel like there's like a disability act that protects that. You know.
No, and then we have the Due Process League, I think highest kill count leader, and top tier gamer, winner of DPL Season 3, Josh. How you doing?
Shut the fuck up. I'm playing MLab.
Honestly, you forgot. Josh is also just like the most alpha, sexiest man we have in DPL.
That is also the case.
Like, look at that. Look at that. Man's got an armband. Look at that shirt. Look at that fucking deep V. I can hardly contain myself in my pants that I'm definitely wearing.
He's just gaming, you know? And this is going to be a very interesting episode. To say the least, I'm going to be very real with everyone here. So we're kind of going to get into some people who are like, how'd you get into Due Process? You know, how'd you find yourself up in Nemesis? You know, you played for... with Zombie for a little bit in Slaughterhouse. And also we're going to kind of get your thoughts on the game, the community, and then we're kind of just going to go into my favorite part, the random bullshit section where we just rag on everything Due Process. But first,
where'd you find that furry art of Josh behind you?
Oh, I don't know what, this is a giant card.
The other, yeah, it's very clearly Josh. If you move the other one, I was looking at it earlier, it has a fat six-pack.
I don't know.
Look at that shit.
It's a magic card.
Yo,
it's a magic card.
Our furries in Due Process are gonna go crazy.
It's a magic card. So we're kind of gonna just jam in on this. I guess the fastest way we know possible, and that's Josh. You play Due Process for some reason. Why? How'd you get into it? Why this game?
I played it and no one sucks.
Man? Yeah, everyone sucks. He's playing Aim Labs, bro. Come on.
I was like, hey, I can smurf on some dogs for free money.
Free money.
That's the extent of it.
But you've been playing Due Process, I think, for the longest out of any of us. I think longer than 95% of people in this community, if not more. Like, how did you find out about this game? And
when I was
really
a small baby, my mother named me James, and she destined me to play Due Process for the rest of my life. I think it was a curse more than anything. I came out the womb and was like, hello, little Jameski. Come play Due Process in, what, like 20 years?
20 years?
Yes.
The part he leaves out of that story is I was sitting in the cave. I was old hag at the time. And I looked at James's mother and I was like, your son shall be the greatest gamer who has ever walked the earth. He shall play a game no one plays called Due Process.
Game no one.
No, I mean, people play it. We have players on like Soviet, Tommy, all the other dummies.
Did you just say Soviet? Did you just say Soviet?
I looked at the
Get the fuck out of here. You're comparing Soviet to...
No,
I
Due
could
Process players. I said just Due Process players.
Soviet isn't even a Due Process player. Soviet is the kid who has supervised computer time and somehow manages to open Due Process.
Oh my god. I can't think now. Oh, that's amazing.
I don't frick with communists, so.
Okay. So, we're kind of getting into this, you know. So, Josh, you've played since, I think, Season A1, is that correct?
No.
No, Season 1?
Just Season 1.
Just Season 1. Well, like,
I didn't know DPL existed during that time. I had the game.
Yeah.
Didn't play DPL.
So, if we kind of get into more of the DPL, you played on, I think, Flatline, if that's correct, with Mackie. And, Mac and Old Moose. And you played a lot with the Flatline into the Slaughterhouse people with Mackie, Mackie Moose, Volps, until around season 2, you know, and then you kind of was like, all right, I want to win some free money, and you joined Nemesis, you know, and so I kind of wanted to get your mindset on really just how was playing with Mackie, with Zombie, with the tiny Mexican child Birdie.
I haven't played with Birdie.
You haven't played with Birdie? I thought you played with Birdie when he was on
I
Slaughterhouse.
played Birdie. I don't think I did.
Yeah, you played a game.
Oh no, he never played with Birdie. No. Birdie joined Goy. He did not join Slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, you have to remember, Birdie after Hype had disbanded went to SPG where he played out the rest of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Josh never played with Birdie. I played with Josh though.
Yes.
Yeah, how was that, Zombie? How was...
My experience with Zombie joining the team was only pogged out because he was the most average player of all time, and that was a
Yep.
big step up from. Like, he was consistently average, and you can count on that.
Yeah.
Like,
And
he was
I-
always 1-to-1, the 1.0 KD player.
1.0.
That's a large step up from.
I was really good at opening doors for Josh.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, I mean, like, Josh kind of had a middling result, even though popping off. I think you guys finished 5th, right? You know, just outside the playoffs.
I was second place in kills, my friend.
I mean,
Tied for second with 6
as a
sided above me.
team, it's a team game.
Listen,
you
it's
know?
not a team game. It's
It's
the
a
Josh game.
It's the Josh game.
It is the plan always was to let Josh do Josh things, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
That
I mean-
was literally our talk before every game was, Josh, do your thing.
and then I have
That was it.
Volps like be like, all right, do this, and Josh is like, no, and he runs off.
So the biggest problem with Slaughterhouse/Flatline was that they were having too much fun. And I do not play Due Process to have fun. I hate people who play Due Process to have fun.
You saw how much fun we were having in the Real Gamer Hours of Rain's video.
Oh, that is easily the best video in like
I've not
a
seen it.
creative. It's amazing.
Haven't seen Real Gamer Hours?
Oh my
Great.
gosh! If anyone wants it, I'll link it to them. It is the best Due Process video like in existence.
No, I think my montage is better, to be honest.
You think your montage is better? You have a
Yeah.
montage.
I do have
Yo,
you don't
honestly,
know?
are you even a Due Process player if you don't have a montage?
I didn't
Yeah.
even edit. It was edited by a very special fan of mine.
Med?
No. He's in chat right now, actually. His name is Josh Fan.
Josh, man.
Oh, Josh fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then you kind of after you decide not to have fun, you decide to go to Nemesis.
Yeah, and there's no
Well,
fun
what
allowed in
is
Nemesis.
Nemesis. And how was that? You know, you kind of transitioned from a team that you've been with for 2 seasons into kind of this new environment. And everyone was like, oh, Josh is joining Nemesis. Oh, 6-sided joining Nemesis. Oh, they already have like the 3 best players. Fuck us, I guess. You know, we can't really do anything. And that ended up into you guys going almost you think you went undefeated in the season. And
Yes.
then you kind of sweeped playoffs. And then you won. And then now, yeah. And I
Then
kinda
they won
wanted to
0.
ask- Yeah, and then you
Honestly,
went
the
0.
Yeah, question though. I feel like the real reason you guys had like a little slip up in playoffs is because you had to bring back the old man. Like you had to bring the old man out of retirement. What was that
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Josh?
Put some respect on the old man's name.
I'm not
He's
putting
the
no
true
respect on
carry
the old
of,
man.
of Nemesis. I don't even know which one you're talking about, Mert or Smith. They're both the same in my eyes, honestly.
Just saying. Yeah, the DPL doctor. Yeah, I was talking about Smith. Smitty Snipes, man.
Smitty was hard carrying us in playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do miss Omerta though. Omerta had the best takes in this entire community.
He was so fun.
Yes, sir.
But
That's my
I mean,
Habibi.
like,
Habibi.
I kind of wanted to ask, you know, like
Inshallah.
Nemesis had this weird, funky kind of style, and just of, oh, let's kill everyone. Oh, we finished the game in 14-2 overall. The series. Now we can go play 0 hour in Valorant, you know? So did you guys really just want to like stop playing Due Process as fast as you could so you can go play other games? Or is it more just like, all right, let's just kind of clown on these kids? Because for those who don't know in chat, I mean, most people probably do, is that Nemesis went undefeated. I think no one got past them in 5 games. No one got past 5 rounds
It's
in a
almost
game.
like it's almost like we talked about it every fucking week.
for like 3 or 4,
straight.
4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks of just
Like,
oh.
yep, Nemesis, and everyone was like, "Oh, I think Fierce can overturn Nemesis." No, not with the Daxi on the team. I thought YY could overturn them, but then they lost to Fierce, so I was like, okay, Fierce. Nemesis is definitely gonna win now. I mean, but also like, to be real though, I feel like I have to like not say Carter, but Death and Six-Sided are off doing better things, being real
Yeah.
cute in other places. I do miss them.
Yeah,
True.
it's sad, but you know, I hope they have fun in whatever game they partake in, whether that be 0 Hour,
Yeah.
Valorant, or whatever new 5v5 shooter pops up on Steam that everyone plays for 2 weeks, and then dies. So, I mean,
I love
Frozen.
Josh's room because like Josh is just fucking like he's so gaming right now
he's
that
so
like
gamer.
I'm waiting for his mom to come in with some chicken tendies for him and to pick up the laundry in the corner. Like that's how much of a gamer
100%.
Josh is. Doesn't do nothing.
Just
To
gamer.
answer Donut's initial question there, our mindset, I think you were trying
Yeah,
to and our game plan every time is just do the easy thing because we're better with guns than any other team.
mm-hmm.
So then we did the easy thing, which led to more gunfights, which led to us just stomping everyone because no one can aim.
Yeah, and you talk about no one can aim, but you did have some competition in terms of the individual play. You know, Farrell came in, kind of showed some strong play. Argo had that one good game that never showed up again. And so there was this one...
Argo, I mean, not against us.
Yeah, there was these good players that kind of popped around, you know, Macius and Voxel existing. And I kind of want to get your take on, like, was there really even a challenge in terms of those players? Or just like, we have 5 good players, who cares? You know, because it kind of just seemed like that. And you play, run in, murder people, and then just like, oh, if we need to, cool, in defense, we can just anti-strat the shit out of them. You know, so I kind of want to get your mindset on the other, I would say, carries of this league.
Going into a match, I don't worry about who I'm killing because I know I'm gonna kill them.
Confident.
Yeah, there's no reason to be like scared of certain players when, I mean, I've consistently been like the top 1% in every single game I play.
Oh.
There's no I mean, it just doesn't feel hard to kill people in the process either. The only thing that makes it hard is how trash the movement is because you can just teleport everywhere. So it's like, oh, I guess I can't track today, or like the recoil and the gunplay. It's not like when I die, I don't feel like I got outskilled 99% of the time. I feel like I just like got teleported on.
Yeah, and I will speak because like I've had the pleasure of absolutely getting dumpstered on by Josh, who's on my team in different games like Valorant or Counter-Strike, and it is basically the same thing. Counter-Strike, I can kind of hold my own, but Counter-Strike is the only game I can play, you know. But like, it's ridiculous to see it, and then it's just they did so well, and how if you're the best team, how are you going to be worried about someone? Like you mentioned, Donut, Argo had one good game, and it like to be fair, it was an insane game, but it didn't show up again. Farrell was really strong. But Farrell also went 0-8, just like a Daxi.
He dropped off in playoffs. He definitely dropped off.
Yeah, but he definitely, and it's hard to tell if it's because of a time in game thing or if it's because like everyone always talked about, particularly leading up to playoffs, about Nemesis not playing the game, and then they come back and they still win. So I don't know what you're supposed to do at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it's just like, all right, you know, like whatever event that Due Process has next, it's like, all right, you know, so the league is kind of in this state, or the teams are, where it's a bit, everyone kind of feels somehow weaker, you know, like especially this season, and I think everyone can admit that the overall competitiveness of the league went down, but the individual player skill went up. You could say that, you know, because we had some very good players, but you had like when you have the best players all on one team, and then you have the best EU players all on one team, and when you have like 1 or 2 players on some other 2 scattered teams, it's like it's a very lopsided league, and we definitely really saw that, especially coming into playoffs and even in the regular season. So it was tough.
That was a conversation we had pre the season starting too, actually, among some of the DPL helpers. I remember being specifically in a call with you, Donut, and it's like, this season first place is gone. Like, unless we, you know I shit on LCG a lot, but like the only team who could have done something would have been Neo, and the problem is that BTG disbanded at such a time where we couldn't hold qualifiers, and I know I was a big advocate for doing qualifiers going into the start of the season, but it was just the timing was off.
Yeah. And I mean, we kind of had this kind of transitioning into the whole the lopsidedness is that we also had a lopsidedness in rivals too. Neo kind of just trounced everyone. They kind of just trashed a lot of the teams, and I kind of want to get your take on that team, Josh, with the Kazo, Billboard, Colin, and the rest. What is your thoughts on them? Are they going to be a very heavy contender, or are they kind of just overrated and just don't have a lot of competition?
I think they can be a top 4 DPL team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them beating us next season. Realistically, I mean, they're the best team to that. If I were to bet against Nemesis, I would put it on Neo, but I would not put it. The odds would be 70-30 in my brain.
70-30. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't think they have very strong aimers. I think they have a bunch of. They're smart players. I don't think they're that great, personally.
Really?
But again, I don't think they're the best behind us. That's the best compliment I can give.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm putting anyone on Neo above anyone on Nemesis. Unless all of Neo above Omerta, and then all of Nemesis above that. That's my ranking.
Yeah, that's a good ranking. Yeah, Omerta is just Omerta.
No,
He's got motivational speeches though.
Yeah, he does have some very good
Come on, boy.
speeches.
Come on, boys! What are you doing?
What are you doing? He just starts getting very into it. But I mean, this is the league did have some very good close moments. Nemesis had a very good game. I would say it was a very interesting grand finals against Fierce. And same with the game against Yakuza, and then you had some very good games with Neo in the regular season. But it was this weird aspect where I think a lot of people can admit that we're excited to see what happens next in this league because we want to kind of see the top dogs trounced. We want to see a team beat Neo and beat Nemesis. And once that happens, I think we're going to kind of see this, maybe, this kind of revolution of, I didn't say revolution, but kind of we have a challenger now. We have these teams that we can root for heavily and that are favored or even just equal to these top teams. But, who really knows? Because when we're approaching the off season now in the Rivals promotion, and this is going to be a very, I would say, interesting promotion, because Neo's going to make it. I mean, I think we all know that. It's the question now is, all right, the other two teams, Frisky Pogfish, TGGD, TFK, and Genesis. They are teams that exist. They might not make it, but who knows what they can show. And I don't know if you keep up with the Rivals a lot, Josh, or
no.
What do you
have not
you
seen
don't
a single game of Rivals.
You've not seen a single game?
I don't even know what the teams are. I mean, there's no reason for me to, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only things I should know are DPL teams, so I can actually see how they play.
Yep.
If I look at a Rivals team, it's oh, they're doing something that's bad. Cool.
But I mean, this is definitely going to be very interesting, and I kind of wanted to get into the topic that I really want to talk about, and that's what are your thoughts on the game? We're getting into some due process talk here. It's the DPL podcast, but it's kind of Nemesis ramrolled through playoffs, and Neo, Frisky, Pogfish, maybe can kind of ramroll through playoffs. And give me a kind of mindset on the game now. I just jump into this.
The game's been progressively less and less fun to play, personally.
Mm-hmm.
When I've been putting a lot of time into Valorant, and I feel like I get better at due process by playing Valorant because I have consistent aim in Valorant because the FPS is higher. It's a consistent 300 versus a not inconsistent 80 in due process. Plus movement due process is way too fast for you to realistically track anybody.
It's too fast?
It's way too fast. I think I need to slow down a large margin.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we really don't want to have to, some of us don't want to have to like shit on the game 24/7, you know, but what would you like to see change besides the movement having kind of this shift, you know? In terms of a competitive space, like what would be good additions, removals, just tweaks, you know?
I don't think new tile sets is the way to go to change the competitive meta. I just think, probably just like smoothing out animations. Because sniping right now it's not hard, but it's also just inconsistent because of how everything just goes back to movement in my mind. Because like the meta is just shift W because of how hard it is to track, and it's shift W or sit in a corner with a shotgun on defense, because you can shoot someone in the back with a shotgun because they're walking in a straight line kind of thing. It's weird. I don't know. Everything comes down to movement.
Yeah,
it just needs to change.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things under movement that are also related to performance as well that you touched on, Josh. Talking about, you know, playing Valorant at a consistent 300 frames and how your aim is more consistent in that. I think not only server performance but also just pure game performance is a big thing to touch on that goes under how the movement feels, particularly the movement that you end up viewing as the player.
You know, and there has been definitely some good changes in the performance. You know, it's a lot better than it was previously, and I think that definitely has made the game a lot consistent. But there has been cries of inconsistency with you in the movement. Some players, or a lot of players, are like, the tub is very inconsistent. And I kind of wanted to kind of switching from the movement to the guns. You know, it seems that like snipers and KR are king, you know, and I kind of wanted to get your thoughts.
I don't think KR is king.
You don't?
Personally, I think it's way too inconsistent. It comes with there's lack of clarity when shooting. The same thing with the neck. Both are super inconsistent, but can be super like if you get the roll, the good roll, I guess, when you're shooting the guns where you can actually see the enemy, the guns feel great. But like that's why I think guns like Ingmar, Legros, and Gruber are my top three, like outside of power weapons, because you can actually see where you're shooting at the entire time. And I mean Gruber kind of, but I think it's more clear than KR, and you can just consistently laser with it.
Yeah. So for all those new players or aspiring players, you know, just get really good at the Gruber.
Yeah, the Gruber's OP as fuck. But moving on from that and moving into the next part of it, because you did allude to this, that you don't think new tile sets are the way to go. Do you think there's something that could be adjusted or something fresh they could add to the current tiles to make them either more competitive or make them feel better to play?
Remove breezeways.
You speaking our language.
Every single breezeway map, you can just condense, like, you see the breezeway, there's two separate maps basically. One of them was just useless. If you just condense the breezeway and add a green entrance, it just makes it a good map, like, to play on, usually.
I'm gonna kind of call out some people that they were like, one of the map designers, you know, was like, this breezeway maps, like, like, why am I doing this? This is blasphemy. And then they continue to add more, and it's like, you know, the players hate them. You know that I don't think you guys maybe dislike them, but it's very, very tough, you know. And this is kind of weird. Like, I'm just wondering why they can continually being created when there's such, I guess, obvious hate for them. It's kind of like,
also bring back Clubhouse, the greatest tile set of all time.
Clubhouse.
See you for like 2 weeks, and now it's gone.
It
was a kill house, but with 2 floors.
Yeah, the 2-floor kill house. That was the best.
It was so good. But then it disappeared. Poof.
I mean, there's a lot of like thoughts on like, 2-floor can't really, you know, contend because of planning or because of time or really whatever, you know. And I kind of wanted to get your mindset on that, you know, like, because a lot of the new things, like, what about the new player experience? You know, if you're a new player and you kill House 2 floor, that's a lot of overwhelming, and the new players coming into the game is going to be a very contentious topic. You know, not contentious, it's going to be a very needed thing to talk about in the upcoming weeks and months, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on the new player experience, how new players are, you know, how they kind of really experience due process, you know, as a whole.
Yeah, I don't think for the new players, because I just don't relate with them. When I got into the game, I wasn't stupid. A lot of new players are not. They don't think it feels like, in my opinion. Like, it took me 20 games to get a hang of the game, and I feel like now it takes like 200 games for a new player to understand what's going on. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I think Zombie can kind of attest. Maybe you, Tim, but like when we first got into the game, it was like at 25 games, you got the game, you knew how to play, you know. And then we moved up to 50. Then around the winter update was like 75, 80. And then around, like, I think there was another wave. It was like 120, 150, kind of know how the game plays. And now it's even more than that. And I kind of want to get your thoughts on this, Zombie, from like who's been playing for a while.
Why do you think it is that now? Like, what changed to make the barrier of entry to the game so much higher than it was before?
I think the main thing is that people who know how to play the game don't play the game casually. Anyone who wants to play the game is in DPL 10-mans or some other 10-man server or whatever. And that, I think that really coincided with the creation of Nemesis 10-mans, which were awesome. You know, the concept of 10-mans fixed, I think, what a lot of people saw as the major issue of new player experience in DPL, or pardon me, in due process, in the fact that it removed the heavy punishment that came from not knowing the game. And also, I think the other two things kind of go hand in hand with that. So I think new players aren't getting punished for doing stupid shit, so they don't realize it's stupid shit. And so collectively what you're getting is a bunch of people who are all in the game who don't know how to play the game, and it's going to take them that much longer to try and learn it, because the only people you're playing with are people who don't understand the game on a core level. And the next thing going into that is the fact that I think any, quote, seasoned or normal FPS player or competitive FPS player isn't playing the game anymore in terms of new players. Like, I think release came and went. There are a bunch of more games out now. And also, it's like, it's kind of the issue I've run into, is because, like, I've been away from the game for just over a month now. I'm back to playing Counter-Strike. I'm back to playing Valorant. And like Josh said, they just feel better. And with that, I think there are a lot of players who didn't get involved competitively who have just returned to whatever it was they were playing. Like, people came from Siege, they're like, because of course everyone equates this game to Siege, and so people came from that game and were like, oh, I'll just go back to Siege, and they left. You know, so I think by the time we're appealing to the wrong people at this point, because I think the players that we needed to appeal to as a community and as a game have left and are disinterested now because of the poor past experience. And now we're not attracting people who actually understand how games work.
Mm-hmm.
And because it feels like a lot of the time whenever I used to hop into casuals, is that it's either people who feel like they haven't played first person shooters before or video games before. And I think also the Reddit is a reflection of that, because like no one's talking about stuff in the Reddit outside of like maybe Tetra, but like it's all like, will my gaming laptop run this? You know, that's like 9% of the questions, and the other fucking 91% is game dead, question mark. And it's like, now I can't even go on there and answer that, where it's like, oh yeah, the community is great, because I don't partake in the community just because of personal reasons for time and stuff right now. I'm just, you know, between work and, you know, caring for family, I just don't have the time to do it. And I don't see the point to me to spend the little amount of time I have to play video games right now playing due process, when also all of my friends are wanting to play other stuff. You know, because I still hang out with everybody from Goy. That's kind of my home now as a gamer.
As
So
a
it's like Mackie
gamer.
you know, and like same with Donut and Satrams and Birdie and all them over there, and Josh, whenever he wants to make us all feel bad about how we play video games, comes over. It's a great time. And due process is not at the list of anyone's to play list. I've even I've started divinity campaigns with like 3 other people, you know, and it's a much more satisfying gaming experience for the like maybe 4 hours that I have in a week now, going from my 20, 30, 40, 50 something I could spend in the game previously.
But there is still that core dedicated community that we do see. You know, there is still the 10 minutes. Players like Akazo are still racking up games like crazy. You know, I still have this like Tetra, and there was this new player, Coconut, never seen before, like 890 games. And so there is still those new players coming in. I feel like it's way far and few between, and I still have a lot of hope. I'm very optimistic in general, and so I am optimistic for the future of the game. But right now it does look rough, and I think we also had that rough patch when there really wasn't a major content change. Back in April and May, there really wasn't like a lot of content for around a month and a half, besides new maps, and that did kind of hit the game hard. I do feel that like once they were able to get progression in, and this can kind of switch to progression and how that might affect that, once they get progression in, they can kind of have those dry periods.
Yeah, Josh is going. He's going. No, go back to the other one. You were going Super Saiyan. Dude. You had the gold hair and everything. Just,
oh my gosh.
Dude, look at the hair though. That shit's like.
Oh my god.
That looks like. You unleashed the sun. The previous one was like fucking mid-2000 frosted tips Justin Timberlake.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, this is like. Dude, this is like when Rezi started messing with his fucking monitor settings once when we were trying to warm up for a fucking DPL game, and he's just fucking with the color tint on his settings, and he's like, I can't see anything. And it's like, you motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. There are some great stories with like Rezi and Josh and all of them. I love it's amazing.
Yo, Rezi, just for everyone who doesn't hang out with Rezi at all, Rezi's fucking fantastic. But the problem is he is the friend in the friend group who everyone shits on when they breathe.
Well, he's a little bit not smart.
No.
So.
He's smart.
Oh no, he's like savant smart. Like he's really good at some things, but like I wouldn't trust him to put his pants on the right way in the morning. Like I don't have faith that Rezi can get dressed on his own.
No,
you know what
no, Rezi's a sweetie. Okay, like, but
no, trust me. Again, Rezi's great. I love Rezi, but he's Brazilian.
Oh
like,
no, okay, no.
What were we talking about? Sorry, I got sidetracked.
I guess progression.
Yeah, bro. Scuffed cast, bro.
Yeah, dude. This is the best part.
My face blends in with my mic. I'm like 8-bit.
One of the big things it would be is progression. You know.
Yeah. Fuck progression. Look at fucking Josh. Josh has the John Cena armband on, and it's the fucking same color as his face.
Oh my god!
It just looks like you have like this hole in your shirt with your party head fucking armband on.
What does that say on your
James? I don't know. If it's
no, you gotta rip it off and show us, dude. Come on. In that profile picture, let's go. I want to see it. Let's get ready to. It's cold. Yeah.
AC on. I'm gonna go start shivering.
Yeah.
Shivering in your own room.
Wait, did I lose my points? Which prediction won? I all in. Yeah, man.
I all in on prediction 1 too. What happened?
Yeah. I haven't said it. I haven't shared the result yet. You all in? It's
sure. Are you sure? Oh yeah, it's still up. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I got worried.
Oh, but
yeah, I fucking bet on Yakuza fucking to beat Fierce, and I lost.
Yes,
I lost. Yeah, I lost like fucking 80,000 channel points, and I was like,
I had
bruh.
I think the fourth highest amount of channel points. I had like, and this is when like if you had more than 100K, that was like king shit, you know. And
Yeah,
I've never had that much in my life.
I went all in on Goy versus like I think gnomes or like
You fool.
yeah. Oh, sure.
I got
Did
burned.
I not tell you to not
I
bet
still
on
think
us?
Gnomes is the best team in the league.
I had trust. I had faith in you guys.
Honestly, yo, I overestimated Yakuza's ability to fall for dumb fierce plays that they knew were coming. Like I was like, yo, they won't fall for that, and then they did. But I will say though, shout out to Voxel and Macius. I just watched them fucking clean house in a Polish Valorant tournament. So I'm at work with this tournament playing on my phone, just with people yelling in Polish. It was great. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm so
they
confused.
cleaned up. They won. Yeah. What's that?
Oh,
all
they won
about?
second. It was great.
Aw.
Yakuza.
Every like 5 minutes, Zombie's nose just turns green.
Dude,
It's just his
yeah.
nose, and it's just fully green.
It's a Zuckerberg effect, dude. It's because I can't quite get the reptile skin to make the nose correctly.
Understandable.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I mean, that's a normal human problem, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't get my skin to not be bright red.
Ooh, Farrell talking
So-
some mad trash in chat. He was like, Yakuza get told to too easy and do dumb stuff, and it's a freebie win.
Imagine. Whenever I go
Imagine.
against Farrell, it's a freebie 50-50 because we're both 140 ping. It's really just a good time.
40 ping. Ugh, but
Yeah, I like my problem is I talk shit about Fierce solely because Adaxi's on it. Like if Adaxi was not on Fierce, I wouldn't be talking shit about the team.
yeah, okay. In regards to everyone, they're a good team. You know, I enjoy talking to everyone on Fierce. You know,
Yeah, but Twig Boy makes it annoying.
who?
Twig Boy, have you not seen Adaxi's arms are smaller than my
Whoa,
fucking pinky?
we're like
Oh, okay.
physically harassing Daxi here.
Yeah, Adaxi. Okay, Adaxi can be really
physically
sensitive.
harass Adaxi.
No.
I'll physically harass Adaxi.
No.
I is a cutie. Stars is a cutie. Everyone on that team is hot except for Adaxi. He just has major e-boy vibes.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean-
at least he's not a woman.
okay. No. I mean,
All my homies hate women.
I
I
hate
mean,
All my
women.
homies hate women.
I imagine you to cut it here. Holy shit. I am not as.
Yo. When are we gonna start talking about immigration next? And that's when we're really gonna have to get it. No,
No.
fuck it.
Yeah, who'd you guys vote for?
All right, so before
Yeah,
we get into
Yeah,
off the
who'd
deep
you
end,
Donut, who'd you vote for?
before we get
Donut,
off
who'd
the,
you vote for?
before we get off the deep end, let's kind of wrap it up with really anything that you kind of want to talk about in terms of next season, in terms of tournaments. You know,
Are there any good players and rivals?
Ikazo, Colin,
No, I mean that like outside of Neo.
no.
Red Kamazar is pretty good.
No question. Also like Billboard. Hello, William Board.
Billboard, but he's in Neo.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
Neo's
you didn't say his name first, and that's just offensive.
Oh, that is offensive. I'm sorry. I forgot. I honestly forgot that Billboard
So,
was
like-
like.
My good friend Plebeian Doe.
Oh, Plebdo, but he's in Neo too.
Yeah. There's like Chrome. Who
Yeah,
exists,
Neo-
but I don't think Chrome is that good. There's like
Okay,
he's a
there's
cargo player.
there's two players.
Chrome is also like 12.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, like there's this new
He-
kind
he-
of. I hate to say
The Admiral
meta. I hate to say meta, but like there's this like play style where it's run at them outside, and I despise it because it's the most unfun thing ever.
Well, it's just
Oh, yeah, 'cause
it's like,
it's-
oh, did they
it's-
expect it this round? Oh, no, they didn't. Okay, I get 2 kills. Oh, they expected it.
Yeah.
Okay, I die and do nothing.
Oh,
It's just,
I
it's
don't
pointless.
I don't play much 10-mans and everything. I'm kind of garbage at the game, you know. And
Kinda.
it was Zombie. If we want to do process, I'd kick your ass. Counter-Strike, though, that's a different story.
I'm horrible at due process, man. Josh was generous when he said most average player. Like, that's generous.
Like 1-1.
I mean, like,
yeah.
After escaping Hyper, you know, you did play relatively well in Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, and then Josh left, and then Rain left, and then Volps left, and it was just me and Max.
Once Rain left, I was like, why even play this game anymore? Rain is my favorite like human being now. I love him.
Rain's Twitter is still popping though.
It's popping. His Twitter's the best. Yes. It's okay. Half of it's like fighting games and like Final Fantasy. 45% of
sports takes. Dude, it's like random sport takes. It's random sport takes I don't understand, but all I see is this fucking F-boy photo. Just like that's all it is. And every time I see that, I lose my shit. And then like it goes from like these like really aggressive sports takes and like talking shit about random things like food tutorials on YouTube. Like, look at how cute my guinea pigs are. Like, it's the most bipolar shit.
Why can you do so much random stuff? Oh my god.
Oh my god. You look like
yeah. Yeah, that looks like a fucking like 1990s soul love song. Oh, there we go. There we go. This Annie Key.
I can't stop laughing. The Rain thing where he's like
no, it's like fucking Rain's profile picture is just him going like
no, it's not.
No, it's not. It is.
No, it's not. He's just looking down.
He's like hooking a fish with his mouth.
No, it's
yeah,
not.
like
I follow.
if I saw that full photo, I would not be surprised if he was just like full on out, like no pants on everything.
I literally can't open up my settings to make myself not
Yeah,
red
look,
anymore.
he's biting his fucking finger. Look at that shit.
He's biting it.
Just fucking like that's the top half of a dick pic if I've ever seen it.
He took the picture for him. And he's got both hands in the frame.
Yo, he's got guinea pigs, man. Come on. What do you think?
Takes his dick pics for him.
Yeah, he's trained them how to hit the fucking camera button. He just sets it up for him.
It's not funny. You know another Twitter account that I wish would like tweet more is Mackie. I wish Mackie would tweet more.
Mackie has a Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Mackie Movies TTV. I gotta follow that real quick.
I wish you had a Twitter, Josh. That'd be fun.
I do.
You do?
He does have a Twitter.
I've never tweeted anything on it.
Exactly. You know, one of the funniest moments is when you guys get signed to Nemesis. Six-Sided made a Twitter, and I sent him a message of like, "Hey, did they make you make it?" I think I sent this to Roadrunner too. Like, "Hey, did they make you a Twitter?" And they because apparently you guys had to have a Twitter for Nemesis. And
I joined late, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, what was that conversation
even
about?
Following me, that's right.
Honestly,
I don't follow anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I joined Nemesis as like a third sniper sub.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it was like, I'm banned now. And I'm like, okay, I guess I play.
I'm so sad that Six-Sided got to play only one game.
Yeah.
Like, man.
I wish he could have played more, but also like he didn't play the game near the end.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Eric.
Rest in peace, Six-Sided. SPG is the graveyard of talented players. What is the morgue? All right, so I think I have nothing. I'm gonna be very real.
I like how we made the special channel for this one in the DPL Discord, just called Scuffed Cast, because this is absolutely the most scuffed cast we've done, and it's amazing.
I love it.
I think it's the best one.
It's the best one.
Man.
I'm trying to play 10 mans right now, honestly.
You're trying to play 10 mans?
Yeah.
Yeah, cute. How are 10 mans? You know, like as someone who goes in 10
like
mans
hard troll every one of them.
just to get yelled at by whatever team captain we have because I don't understand basic concepts of the game because I'm just not paying attention.
I'm a masochist, so I play 10 mans and then do nothing in all of them.
Like,
Yeah,
this is just for people who like pick me. When I'm playing 10 mans, I'm not paying attention to you. I'm focusing on like either Netflix, like the new episode of Loki, or like Magic the Gathering. You know
that,
like,
or like I remember one time you were in a 10-man and you joined the Goy channel when we were playing something, and you're just like, I'm in a 10-man right now, but it's boring. Okay.
Yeah, because the funniest thing is I was buying like I was like it was playing a 10-man and I was shopping for Magic for, like cards and like clothing while I was doing that, and I was in a 1v1 clutch. I got ripped in half, but they were like, no, you could have done this, and I was like, cool, whatever, and I just did not pay attention to the rest of the game.
Didn't you alter their stats for yelling at you? You quickly lower that KD.
But oh my god.
Ooh.
Okay.
Honest, all my picks are secretly dick pics.
Aniki, man. Aniki.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's kind of it that I have for you guys. If you have anything else you want to talk or say about, then please do.
If anyone wants to pay me a large sum of money to join their team, I will do it.
How much is a large sum of money?
I don't know, just money. Give me money.
$20?
No, it's like 200 plus.
What?
That's my buyout.
I'll go in for 200 for Josh, just to hang out with Josh again. I'll pay the fat 200. I feel like
it has to be more than the prize pool of the season. So whatever the prize pool is gonna be.
Oh damn it!
Zero.
Well, that might be easy. I'll pay you $1, man. It'll make more money than anyone else in DPL.
So I already have. Look, I got $20 from the Nemesis one. I got a 260 from finals.
Highest earner in due process. Bolt drop.
Did you get any money from the 0 hour tournament?
No.
Besides the watch, you just got a watch.
Yeah, I get the watch, but I didn't play it. So
can I have your code for the watch, please?
It's not on me, dude.
It's not. Oh man. Out. What a shame. Yeah. But I mean, I think that's all we have for you in this.
Donut, I got a question for you.
You have a question for me? Okay, shoot.
Yeah. So like, just because I remember before we started this, you're like, yo, I'm so excited for this podcast. I can't wait. I've always wanted to do it with both of you. How are you feeling about that now?
I'm regretful.
Yeah, is this the biggest mistake of your life or what?
Yes, I wish, honestly. I could have just been like, I'm sick today, I can't do it, and then just ghosted you for like a week.
Yeah, you're gonna give me my MVP yet or what?
Yeah, here it is. Here's the official declaration. Josh, you're the MVP of Due Process forever.
That's
Good
what
job.
I like to hear. Make an announcement right now. Just type it. Say Josh is already.
Yo, keep the top 3 list. Keep the top 3 list over Donut's shoulder.
Josh, James, and Jamal.
It's top 10. There's only 3.
There you go. Just for you. Top 3.
It is.
Well, that's it from us here at the Due Process Podcast. Follow, I guess, those two on Twitter.
Twitch.tv/Volt Joshua.
Yeah, Twitch.tv/Volt Joshua.
Yo, if you ever fucking stream, I would watch. With Josh.
Next time we'll watch Josh stream, which is hopefully. Will you be streaming tomorrow? Question mark.
You want to stream Valorant games?
Yeah, stream Valorant games tomorrow.
We're playing with like Sinatra, like shut the fuck up, you fat loser, and I'm like, no.
You're playing with Sinatra. Oh my god. All right. This is all right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the worst version of the Due Process Podcast, and we will see you later.